Hey Doc, hope you're well. Quick question. Wanted to ask you what's your expert opinion on this mask thing here while running. There's a lot of conflicting news out there on whether one should wear or not. Is it safe or not? Can one breathe properly while running? How do you manage, sanitizing, etc.? What's your expert opinion on that?
Bhai Makul, so the thing is, you've asked me a very philosophical question. It is a very, very good question. Everyone is wearing masks. From the time you're born, what are people doing? They have muscles. They have a skin over it. They're covering the real you inside. Okay? If you look at a skeleton, what is it doing? It is smiling. And what happens when we put all those muscles and those the skin on top of it? That smile is hiding. And throughout life, what do? From the moment we are born, we cry. And what do we do throughout life? We cry. When we die, the rest of the people cry. And if you look at the skeleton that time, it'll be laughing away to glory. So the problem with mask is it makes you cry. I understand that. But the problem is, when the real thing has come to make us all cry, coronavirus, now we don't want to wear a mask. Otherwise, we want to wear a mask and cry all the time. So it is very, very important. Please wear a mask. So that is the number one thing. Please, you have to wear a mask. Does it treat anything? Does it cure anything? Of course it does not. It prevents that virus from going to A to a B to a C, or if you are given any names in your, by your parents, from Rajkumar to Babbar Kumar to whoever else. Okay? So please wear a mask. So that's the number one thing.
Okay, so got it. So you're basically saying wear a mask, right? Simply.
Cool, you're a smart boy. Yes, exactly. I'm saying simply, everyone should be wearing a mask. So that's a good thing. Okay? So the idea is not to scare, but to care. Okay? So don't worry about it. But please take the precautions. So that's a very, very important part. Okay? Now the other thing is, you are wearing a mask and then you want to run and all that stuff. First become comfortable sitting down, the way I'm sitting down right now, and wearing a mask. Get used to that part. Then stand up, get used to wearing it then, and breathing and all that. And then try running with it. So if you try running right away, what are you planning to do? Are you planning to commit a suicide or what? Get used to it while you're sitting down. Okay? Doesn't mean that you have your lunch and dinner with a mask on. That's going to be a little difficult. Okay? So plan accordingly. Use that upper chamber of yours that's generally empty nowadays, but try using it. Pretend you have it. Or there's something inside at least. Okay? Good boy.
Simply put. Thank you.
Another thing, Mukul, is about intensity. Don't try running too fast right away. What is very important during this whole COVID time, reduce your intensity by 15% or so. Now you would say, how would I know it's 15%? Of course, you don't. Run a little slower. Run a little shorter than you normally would. Okay? Don't put your body through the same exertion. What tends to happen with that? Even if that virus is around, then you're giving it very good place to grow. Don't do that. Okay? Leave that part of growing business to the farmers. Okay? I mean, normally they're treated very poorly, but leave that whole virus growth to people who know what they're doing. You don't try to grow anything. So just try running slower and shorter distances, just by tiny little bit. That'll make a very big difference. Okay? So a little slower, little shorter.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you for assuming everyone is as intelligent as you and can understand your long-winded answers to a short question. But I will summarize. You're saying yes, we should wear a mask. 2, you should wear the mask in resting state before you start running. Get used to the idea of wearing a mask. And less intense workouts, less intense runs, right? 10-15% on an average intensity and distance.
Not talking about these kind of masks that you're asking me, okay? Whether someone should be wearing something like this, okay? That will be pretty awesome actually. I mean, it's a very nice mask. But I don't like to spoil my makeup. So N95, the reason that is being said that please don't use is because it is meant for our healthcare workers, the people at the forefront who are risking everything. Okay, please leave it for them. So then what is left? We have the surgical mask. Okay. So one thing is you should know how to wear it. So where the steel thing is, that should be on the top. Most people don't wear it properly. So that's the important part. Other part is hold it from the sides. Okay. So when you're wearing, taking it off from the sides. Don't touch all this area, because then what's the point of doing all this? Don't be silly. Okay. So here's the thing, whichever mask it be. So that's a surgical mask. Good idea. Use this. There are other cloth masks that are available, those double or triple layer ones. So like this guy here. Okay. So you can be using a cloth mask as well. So that works. That does the job. You can wash it. You can reuse it. Very good. Then at La Ultra, there are a lot of experts out there telling you, oh, but you can't run with your mask and your lungs will collapse and you'll have a heart attack. There's a race called La Ultra, the High, where this was discovered on top of Varela at 17,400 feet. Do you understand what that is? No, you don't if you haven't been there. 17,400 feet is as good as only one lung working for you and you closing your nose.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. We've understood everything, from the fact that we need to wear masks, what kind of masks we should wear, how we should wear those masks, how we should acclimatize in the mask before we go out running, and do less, right? Take it easy. Thank you for answering all the questions that I asked, and even the ones I didn't ask. And I'm sure nobody in the world has any more questions about masks, but in case they do, I'm sure they can get in touch with you. Thank you.
Gabru Jawan, you're a smart boy. So exactly. Please follow what Mukul just said. Yes, it was too brief, but yet, please do that. Over and out.